I love it. Of course. Yeah. We'll see.
48% of all U.S. households have a credit card.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. Thank you so much for being with us. And a warm welcome to everyone who's in the room. We have a packed audience as well as those who are live streaming and in our overflow room. My name is Maggie Lake. I'm going to be your moderator today, and we have a fantastic discussion in store for all of you on the power of partnerships, mobilizing finance and unlocking private sector solutions, something that's so important, as many of you know. To begin with and kick things off for this session, I have the pleasure of introducing the new World Bank Group President, David Malpass. Many of you may recognize his name. He's had a long and distinguished career in both the government and in global banking. So if you could please give me a warm round of applause for
Thank you very much. This is about the 8th meeting of the day, and I didn't know I was supposed to come up, but it's very nice to be back at IFC. I've had the good chance over the last week. I've been in the new job for 3 days, and so I've been to IFC, and it's an important part of the World Bank Group. Creating an environment for private investment is a huge challenge, but it's absolutely critical to alleviating poverty and advancing shared prosperity, the goals of the World Bank. So thank you all for being here today and taking an interest and being involved in this important endeavor. One of the keys to creating that environment is the theme of this event, forming strong partnerships with the private sector and managing those partnerships as well. We're facing, and I want to read a few statistics, we're facing enormous challenges. More than 700 million people still live in extreme poverty. More than 1 billion people still live without electricity. 400 million people lack access to health services. 1 billion people live more than 2 kilometers from an all-weather road. 4 billion people do not have access to the internet. And global infrastructure needs, if you add up some of those and others, amount to $97 trillion by 2040. The public sector obviously cannot provide enough financing to close all of those gaps and to fund countries' development priorities. We must create the conditions to crowd in the private sector. We're working across the World Bank Group to transform entire sectors, investing in agriculture, energy, transportation, and other areas using the cascade approach. That means using scarce public resources to leverage private sector solutions. I supported this approach as part of the capital package that was worked on in 2018, and I'm happy to see that the World Bank Group is moving quickly to make it a reality. Here are some recent examples of how the cascade has worked in the last few years. In Egypt, the bank group mobilized private sector financing to build the Bin solar park and transform the country's energy sector. IBRD supported energy sector reforms with a $3 billion loan. MIGA provided $210 million worth of political risk insurance, and IFC mobilized a consortium of 9 international banks and worked with other lenders to mobilize $2 billion in private investments. Economic reforms freed up fiscal space, doubling social protection for the poorest 20% of Egyptians. The solar park will be the world's largest solar installation, 32 power plants once it's complete. You will see a video of this initiative shortly. And another example is in Cameroon. Each arm of the bank group played a role in the Nachtigal power project, a 420 megawatt hydropower project on the Sanaga River. The bank and MIGA together provided guarantees worth 450 million euros, which was crucial in crowding in international capital and providing political risk insurance. IFC committed 110 million euros for its own account and provided for its own account and provided 300 million euros interest rate swap and led a group of 11 developed DFIs and 4 commercial banks to mobilize more than 900 million euros, completing the financing of the project. Nachtigal will increase installed power generation in Cameroon by nearly 1/3, serving up to 5 million people. The project will also create 1,300 direct jobs and up to 27,000 jobs in the broader economy, and it will avoid around 1 million tons of CO2 emissions. These are 2 examples of how we are operationalizing the cascade across the bank group to maximize finance for development. But our ambitions are greater than that. We want to spread this breakthrough throughout the financial community. We think a set of principles is an important start. Just 3 hours ago in the World Bank atrium, 60 investors and development finance institutions adopted the first ever operating principles for impact investing. I hope you've all seen the report. There's a nice report on the principles of impact investing. This brings impact investing into the mainstream by bringing credibility to the, quote, impact part of investments. For the first time, we have a transparent definition of impact and standards to monitor whether projects will bring opportunities and jobs to the poorest communities and promote development that benefits the environment. The discussion today will illustrate how the World Bank Group is working to advance these operating principles for impact management by working with long-term partners, and how we are supporting governments to create an enabling environment, reform sectors, and unlock constraints to private sector investment. We will also hear about how to design environmental, social, fiscal, and good governance standards, which are an integral part of structuring these partnerships with the private sector. Thank you again for the warm welcome for me and for being here. I look forward to working with you to harness this powerful approach to boost growth, alleviate poverty, and advance shared prosperity everywhere in the world. Thank you very much. And now,
Oh, well, wonderful.